So welcome to my world, everybody. You guys know this painting? This is the block. And this is my world. Well, for me, I love painting. Man, come here with this. I love this guy. He's my assistant. All the way from occupancy, where people share a common bathroom. Usually poor income families live there. But all of a sudden, Reagan closed down these two mental facilities, Willow Creek and Creedmoor, and he brought the insane people up to my neighborhood. He let the insane people up in the neighborhood, and they moved into these SROs. And all of a sudden, really insane people off medication were living next to low-income people. You had vagrants, you had tweakers, you had a colorful cast of characters who were really out of their mind, and all characters who had flavor. And of course, y'all, that's right, we had the Puerto Rican girls. You know what I'm talking about. Puerto Rican girls, boy, woo! First time I stepped to a Puerto Rican girl, I was like, excuse me, you dropped your purse. And she said, excuse me, excuse you, look at you. All up on my grill, but still not invited to the barbecue. You must be loco if you're thinking to get with this. And let me tell you something else. No me grites, no me hables, no me molestes, no me nada. What did you say? Excuse you? Yo, mira, frankly, dame el cuchillo. I'm gonna cut you, stupid. To which, of course, I said, sorry, I was just trying to give you your purse. And she was like, oh shit. Yo, papi, I thought you were going to try to take me out for a coconut ices and stuff like that, right? Coconut ices? Yeah. You know that shit. I'm proud to say that I was one of the first kids to take dancing, to take b-boying overseas to Europe. And we actually danced in major theater houses that held ballet. We opened for James Brown for a summer. I mean, we were just like on top of the world, speaking the language of New York City and spreading it to an international market. And that's my mugshot. I mean, that's the shot of all of us going on tour. And that's us having the best time ever in the history of the world, traveling and dancing and just being crazy in the streets. And finally, one day, we made it. And you know how I know we made it? Because the New York Times encourage. Be realistic about it, but encourage people, because you never know. I've had students at USC who are at this level who all of a sudden try really hard, and all of a sudden they're there. And I'm like, well, that's crazy. That's like the best thing I've ever seen. And they didn't start out great. Now, I'm not going to mention her name because I respect her anonymity, and that's just the kind of person that I am. And if you want to send her hate mail, it's fuckyou@SheilaStember.com. That's fuckyou@SheilaStember.com. Because you never know what an artist is going to turn out to be, who he's going to turn out to meet, what he's going to turn out to do, or who he's going to turn out to do. I love her. My favorite group of all time, Run DMC. First gold album, first platinum. First one to have a sneaker endorsement deal. First one to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. First group to really have an MTV music video in rap. First group to do first shit. Just incredible firsts. It's true. It's unbelievable. Like, if you just look at her YouTube videos, there's some funny stuff going on with Manny. Manny is a comedian. Yes, genius.
What's the necklace?
Oh, this was another one of my, I have a lot of entrepreneurial spirit. So this was one of my projects that I did called the Bua jewelry line that we did a lot of prototypes and never launched past the prototypical phase because that is a very difficult business. I've learned a lot of businesses and I've gotten out of them. Like, I was in clothing for a while and I realized how hard it is. Like, people who do clothing is like a whole other world. And, you know, the garment industry is tough and the jewelry industry is really tough. You know, you have to have a lot of capital if you just go online to start businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, please know that. Is you need a lot of expertise and a lot of capital. And at some point, if you have the expertise, you have to bring in the capital. So I've learned this, you know, from doing it the hard way, the grassroots way, kind of like from the street up.